Y'all know who it is. That man in the blue hoodie running these streets. I get to walk today, put the work in. I get to walk across the street. My reward, safety, security. My reward. Oh, keep me safe. Oh, let me put my hoodie up. That wind was taking my hoodie. Yeah, I couldn't be the man in the blue hoodie. Had to be the man in the navy blue cap, right? So, 1 cent. Pick up the 1 cent. If you don't cherish 1 cent, you can't manage 1 cent. How you think you gonna cherish that dollar? Huh? How you gonna manage that dollar? Yeah. Take it home, put it in the girls' piggy bank. Why? Because it all adds up. It all adds up. Oh man. Today what we gonna talk about? How about running through tug o' war? Running through tug o' war. It's a war. Everybody's talking about the Civil War. They're talking about the war of sides, Republicans, Democrats, war, racism, sexism, feminism, all these isms. What about the war in the organism? The war going on inside of you every moment. Every moment. We're not even talking about every moment of every day. No, every moment. You are constantly at war. There's a war within your cells. Your cells working on your behalf. You don't know them and they don't know you. You can't call them by name and they can't call you by name, but the Creator knows all. He knows each and every living organism by name and can call it. Each one of them white blood cells. How you doing? Fighting on your behalf. Fighting on your behalf. You're not telling them to fight, they're fighting on your behalf. You got some people and a Creator fighting on your behalf that you don't even know is fighting on your behalf. While you're fighting yourself and fighting others to protect yourself and fighting others to protect others and fighting. There's a fight that is happening on your behalf that you don't even know. But you won't just take time to be still to see how you truly are blessed, how you truly are protected, how you truly are secure, how you truly are safe. We go out and do a job, and you go out and fight, and you go out and march, you go out and protest, and you go out and riot and storm and loot and rob and steal and cheat. You go out and do these things, and then you're able to go home. Most of us able to go home and you're secure, able to get you a hot meal and lay down in a bed or on a couch or wherever. You're able to be secure, though. You're able to go back to a residence and to an address that you're familiar with. You're able to go back home. And it's time to go back home. So running through tug of war. We all know the game of tug of war. There's one side normally wearing one color and another side wearing another color, and there's a flag in the middle, and they're pulling this rope and they're tugging, trying to get the flag over to their side to win the competition. And the other side is pulling to do the same thing, and we're both pulling, constantly pulling and pulling, and whoever has the stronger willed individuals is who wins, because you can be as strong as you want on the outside and as physical as you want on the outside and hit the weight room in the gym as much as you want to on the outside and still be weak internally, be weak spiritually. Your willpower is weak, and someone like a David, who's a boy, can kill a giant like Goliath. Someone like a child can speak to a a criminal, a wrongdoer. Someone like a grandmother can speak to a gangster or a thug or a gang member and get them to stop. Someone like a preacher or a minister can speak to someone and get them to be encouraged enough to give it another try. The will power that you have to be intentional and focus on and sharpen and work on and read and build the same way you're building those exterior muscles, building interior strength. And so this war of pulling, constantly pulling, we're all being pulled in so many directions. We're allowing things to pull us in so many directions, and we have so many things going on, and we say we don't have enough time in the day to do it, and we all have the same amount of time in every day, and it's how do I get all of this done? My schedule is always jam-packed, and if nothing is, something always pops up, and it seems like I need to be 10, 20, a million different places at one time, and I'm not able to do it. What do I do? Well, you need to sit still. You need to recalibrate. You need to regroup. You need to reorganize. You need to prioritize. You need to be still. Stop pulling for a while. Just hold your position without pulling. Don't let the opposition pull you to where you fall on your face and where you just keep going, but hold your position. Sometimes you need to just let go of the rope. Maybe this battle that you're tugging with, trying to win every battle, maybe this is a battle that you don't need to win because you're trying to win the war. To win the war, you are not going to win every battle. We all know I used to play basketball, so I never was able to play in the NBA, but I do know that 82 games is a lot of games. And if your goal is to win all 82 games, it will be an accomplishment, but you will not win the championship in the end because every battle is not one you need to be won. And that's what fans don't understand when it comes to these players. You can't manage and maintain and sustain that for that long a period of time. Look at LeBron James, for example, and whether you like him or not, he's playing 100+ games every season, season after season. Most are not even playing the 82 games in the regular season. He plays 82 games or plays the bulk of 82 games. Then he goes into the postseason where it's the best of 7 and he has to go through his East or West, depending on the team he's on. Then he has to do another 7-game series after crowned East or West champion to then be the champion of the whole league. He's not looking to win every battle. So when you say, oh man, they lost to the weakest team in the league and their record is this and that, he's thinking about the war. You can't tug every time, because you got to remember at the same time he also has a family that's tugging him, and he has personal relationships that's tugging him, and he has business that's tugging him, and he has sponsors that's tugging him, and he has spirituality and God and the Most High tugging him, and he has the enemy tugging him. He has all of these things tugging at him, clawing at. You have the same thing. Just because he's LeBron or because they're at their height or whoever it is that you may think is up there for you, any sports fan or any business person or any clothing. I don't want to just stick to sports, but I'm saying whoever it is that's up there that you consider, they're being tugged just like you are. Just like you are. Their wife or their husband's mad at them. Their child is not listening, they're rebelling. Their mothers are sick. Their fathers are out of the picture. Their cousins won't stop doing drugs. Their uncles keep being, combative. Their loved ones keep being murdered, keep dying. Their close friends are being arrested. You name it. Co-workers are acting, owners and you name it, business partners, sponsors, you name it, they're going through the same thing you're going through. The same thing. They're no different than you just because they're, maybe at the pinnacle of their career or whatever it is they're doing. They're still people, still a man, still a woman, still being tugged, still in this war. Come on, y'all. Stop holding them up high and lifting them and putting them up on this pedestal as if you're not going through the same thing. The difference is they're managing it better. They're not tugging every battle. Sometimes they let go of the rope. Sometimes they hold their position. Sometimes they pull just to see and check the temperature to see what they're going to do. And they're looking at the faces of the other team and seeing who's the weakest link. And they're telling their teammates, pull a little harder. You take a break. We'll hold it, because you got to have strategy. But do you have a team, or are you holding the rope by yourself and pulling by yourself? A lot of us are pulling by ourselves. We're pulling by ourselves against a team, an organized, structured team, and then it's just you. You're not going to win like that. You're not going to win. And if you do win and you celebrate, but I won, and you telling everybody, man, I won 1 against 5, man, I took on their whole team and I won. You ain't going to get that 10 out of 10. You ain't going to get that 9 out of 10. You might get it once out of 10, maybe twice, depending on who you are. You're not going to get that consistently, because you're not going to be able to sustain that and maintain that and keep that, because your strength is going to go away. And they got a whole team and they can just keep pulling, because they're sharing the responsibility. They're sharing accountability. They're sharing in the funds. They're sharing the spread and the feast. They're sharing the table. They're sharing opportunities. They're sharing energy. They're sharing, giving to one another, making it easier, lightening the load, taking the burden of the whole off of each other, doing it collectively. This tug of war. So it was just heavy on my spirit as I finished my run. This tug. Do you need to be tugging right now? Do you need to let go of the rope? Do you need to, just hold your position? Or is it time to pull? Is this a war? Is this just the first battle that you're doing? How many battles are there? What is the makeup? What is the strategy? Who's the coach? Who are you listening to? Who's leading the way? Who's the strongest? Can you answer these things? If you cannot answer these things, then it's time to sit still and regroup, recalibrate, restructure, reorganize, prioritize. So I love y'all, because I love me, because he loved me first. I know what love is. Y'all get better every day. GBED.